We're gonna move away from this now. I think we've like covered this enough. To things that people have been fucking losing their minds over and wanting me to cover. Specifically, there's a Twitch strike, right? Wait, what the fuck? Where's the... Wait, why can't I turn this off? Where'd it go? Okay. I have to pee really bad. I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the Twitch strike in a brief moment. But before that, I got to run an ad break. Okay. Don't cross the picket line, chat. Strike. Yeah, dude. Totally. Totally. Okay. We're going to talk about the demands. We're going to talk about the strike in general. Right now, I'm already talking to Twitch to see what kind of actions that they're taking in an effort to solve some of these problems immediately. Twitch strike only works if viewers strike too, right? Yes, but viewers are never going to strike, and neither are Twitch streamers going to strike. And not only that, but also on top of that, like the demands are a little all over the place. I need to see a little bit more. Why are you streaming then? It's not today, you fucking idiot. It's on September 1st. And I, once again, don't know. I didn't know anything about it until I saw this on Twitter. And hold on one second. I know. Does anyone have a link? Everyone was fucking blasting the link. And now, because I yelled at all of the chatters that were blasting the fucking link, they all left. Jesus Christ. Why are you streaming then? Dude, you guys are so fucking stupid, dude. It's not right now! Fuck! Like, literally, for a community of like people who are interested in politics, I have so many fucking idiots in here, dude. Holy fuck. Anyway. So, on Twitch, there's a significant problem. A problem that I deal with on a daily fucking basis outside of like absolute dummies in my fucking chat. Okay? That problem is bot attacks. There are bot attacks that occur every single day. You sometimes see it. You don't see it most of the time because I have Fossabot, Aiden in here. I have a mod team that knows how to use Fossabot. And we oftentimes will immediately put the fucking chat in sub-only mode and then deal with the bots and then continue. Okay? A lot of smaller streamers, unfortunately, don't know how the fuck that works. Okay? But there are bots on this platform that spam the N-word and a bunch of other hateful things. Those very same bots then also will like do Discord raids as well. Okay? It goes absolutely fucking crazy. Like it's wild. If you're like a 13 viewer Andy and all of a sudden you have like 1,000 messages of the N-word being spammed, and from what I understand, they literally fucking target like black and LGBTQ tags on Twitch specifically. Nathan Grayson, wait, what the fuck? Nathan Grayson writes for WAPO now? Anyway, Nathan from Kotaku, who now apparently writes for WAPO, covered it. Let's talk. During an August 6th broadcast, Twitch streamer Wreck-It Raven, who is black and uses they them pronouns, emotionally described a series of traumatic real-life experiences that informed who they are today. In response, viewers in chat told Raven that they were loved. This made what happened next especially hurtful. About 20 minutes later, Raven's chat was flooded by dozens of users spamming the same message, which read in part, "This channel now belongs to the KKK." It was the second time it had happened in just 1 week. Now, this stuff happens all the time. This says, I reached out to a streamer who was getting bot attacks. I helped equip them with FossBot and taught their entire moderation team how to use nukes for bots. After you report one of the bots, Twitch takes action on them very quickly. Reported at 12:57 a.m. last night. Twitch actioned upon it at 12:57 a.m. The most important part is 1, add FossBot to your channel and use nukes, and 2, report one of the bot accounts so Twitch can find the rest of the bots quicker and mass yeet them. Okay. So this happens all the time. It happens nonstop. It happens in here. It happens in every community. If you're not seeing the bots, that's because we are working actively to prevent them from shitting up the chat. Okay? Now, some people don't know that, though. Or some people are not aware of that. So when they see these, like, distressing messages in their chat, flood their fucking chat, they understandably are upset. Thousands of streamers, many from marginalized backgrounds, have spent the past few days imploring Twitch to counter the so-called hate raids, in which groups of malicious users employed dummy accounts and bots to fill a streamer's chat with targeted abuse. Under the banner of hashtag #TwitchDoBetter, a Twitter hashtag started by Wreck-It Raven on Monday, streamers and their fans have drawn attention to the issues plaguing the live streaming platform, ranging from harassment to an unfavorable pay split. For scores of burned out creators, the hashtag represents a boiling point, and some, tired of waiting for Twitch, have taken matters into their own hands. Earlier this year, for example, Twitch users went so far as to create a server on the chat platform Discord dedicated to fighting hate raids. So, here's the problem. Okay? I've already reached out to how often you get stupid raids. Every day, nonstop. Every day, nonstop. It's a constant. It's not. So for those of you who think like this is only happening to like marginalized creators, that's not true. Okay? I don't know if it's because I'm a political creator, political content creator or not, but it happens here every fucking day. So, and it also happens to people that I raid at the end of my broadcast. It happens to XQC. It happens to Dr. Lupo. It happens to all the content creators. Okay? All of them. All of them. The only difference is that we have better tools and better ways of dealing with it. Because we've been getting bot rated for years. Okay? So, that's what it is. That's where that comes from. Now, the real issue here is that people like Wreck-It Raven and other smaller Twitch streamers do not have immediate access to someone that works at Twitch. Okay? Because if they did, they could reach out to someone and then that person would immediately tell them what steps to take. Okay? And that person could help them. No longer have these like insane N-word spams happening in their chats. Okay? That's the truth. That's the reality. So as soon as I heard about this strike happening, or what the demands were, rather, I reached out to Twitch. I'm still waiting on hearing back from them. Obviously, like, I reached out to my account manager who's connecting me with someone over there to tell me what they're doing and to better communicate what kind of actions Twitch is taking publicly in an effort to combat the hate raids. Not a single person obviously deserves to withstand this sort of thing. Okay? Twitch do better. Hashtag Twitch do better. Hashtag a day off Twitch. Clip by... What is this? Is this RTBA? This is an example from earlier today. They spammed the clip to embed a Nazi flag in native Twitch chat and racial slurs that are blurred. Yeah. So, that's what's going on with respect to like Twitch streamers that are understandably upset about these hate raids that are occurring. Who did this? We don't know who does it, but it happens all the time. Okay? This is a non-stop issue. This is a non-stop, ongoing issue that has happened for a very long time. Why are you showing a Nazi flag? It's an example of one of the fucking hate raids Keith made me Are you too dumb to recognize what I am showing you? Anyway, this is obviously incredibly distressing for smaller streamers. I also talked about what immediate actions smaller streamers can take to stop these hate raids from happening, okay, when they are happening. But ultimately, it is kind of outside of Twitch's control. If we're being real about it, it's not something that Twitch could literally fucking do anything about. It's not. It's a platform where people are easily able to fucking create bot accounts and mass spam horrible, hateful shit. Okay? If someone has chat showing on their stream, doesn't that pop up on screen risk having them banned? No. The people behind the bots are at least in part 4chan, have seen posts over there about setting it up before. I'm sure that this is part of the reason. I'm sure part of the reason why this is happening currently is because they're upset. These fucking freaks are upset that, what do you call it? That there's even like LGBT tags on the platform. You know what I mean? So, there are a couple things that streamers can do. I don't know what the additional demands may be from people like Wreck-It Raven. I don't know what kind of organization they have. I don't know what has happened thus far with respect to this. Not a single person here has reached out to me or my moderators or anything like that. I don't know. I didn't know about this at all. But one of the immediate steps that every single person that's being attacked by this, one of the immediate steps that every single person who is being attacked by hate raids, just like all of us consistently get fucking hate raided or bot attacked. One of the most immediate things that you can do is download the FossBot application and learn how to use the nuke feature. My mods have already been helpful with some of the smaller streamers, apparently, that need it. There are tools with instructions on how to set it up. This is one way that you can immediately fucking, fix the problem. Asmin saw this and said, I'd take the day off, but I don't want to be the first. Could part of the problem be too much of a reliance on community moderation? Is there no way for Twitch employees to develop an algorithm to work on something like this from the outside? I'm not smart enough to know that. I don't know. Okay? What is this? Have you seen this? Pretty crazy.
Streamers on Twitch are routinely told they should use the tools Twitch provides to protect themselves from harassment, such as adding offensive terms to a channel's blocked words list to prevent the words from being used in chat. Let's see how realistic this is. Let's say I want to block the word jogger in my channel. Harassers on Twitch often circumvent blocked words lists by swapping out characters in their chat messages for characters from other languages that are still easily recognizable. So in addition to banning the word jogger, I need to ban as many variations of that word as possible using non-English characters. What you see on your screen right now is a script I wrote to generate all the variations on the word jogger that can be created using Latin characters that resemble the English letters J, O, G, E, and R. It generated 21.9 million variations of the word jogger. This was just using the Latin characters. The UTF-8 standard that is used for Twitch chat also supports Cyrillic, Greek, Hebrew, and Arabic alphabets as well as many others. Then there is the matter of actually getting these terms blocked on a Twitch channel. Since the website doesn't have an option to upload blocked terms en masse, the only alternative is to set up my channel bot to block these terms. To prevent spamming, Twitch limits the number of messages a bot can send to a server to 100 messages every 30 seconds. So in order to block 21.9 million words, my channel bot will need to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 76 days to block one word.
So that's correct. And also, it's absolutely insane, and that's not a way that you can deal with this problem. Obviously, we already know that. This is literally a solvable problem. It's called text normalization. It's trying to convert all the alternatives into what they are trying to say. Twitch can 100% do something about this. We just all know they won't because it would cause outrage. So, I'm not a fucking tech guru or a tech genius, okay? But the number one thing that Twitch could do, is at least have an easy and immediate way to have like quick response with a lot of the smaller content creators, smaller channels, and offer them the fucking tools to be able to deal with this problem. Twitch already does have a lot of tools to deal with this problem. For the record, for example, you want to know what the number one tool that you can deal with this problem is? Click on subscriber only mode. Boom. Now only subscribers can talk in the chat. Bots are not going to go ahead and subscribe. And if they're going to fucking give you $5 a month to subscribe just so they can spam the N-word in your chat, make a quick buck there, okay? I've yet to see a script kitty put together a script that literally fucking, I've yet to see a script kitty put together a script that like actually mass subscribes to a channel specifically so they can spam the N-word. In which case, thank you for the dollars. We'll still be able to purge you. This is bad for smaller streamers, though. Shut the fuck up. Okay? I'm not talking about having it in permanent subscription mode. I'm talking about when you're being bot attacked. Okay? No shit. Small chatters or small streamers are not going to have to fucking sit through permanent subscriber mode. Always. That is not what I'm saying. Thank you for your fucking immediate concern for the smaller content creators that you don't watch. Okay? God damn, dude. That's one immediate thing that you can do, okay? You can also put it into slow mode. You can also put it into R9K mode. You can also put it on emote only. There are many different ways that you can fight back against bot attacks that are happening on your platform, on your chat. Now, when that is happening in your chat, you immediately stop that dead in its track. We block basically all non-English and non-Turkish Unicode characters with Fossabot alone. We have it set the 30-second timeout for those characters, but it would also timeout / mute any bots if they try and use those. For English-only channels, they can limit Turkish too. So the messages are instantly timed out and removed for normal users, not BTTV and Chatterino. Okay? The issue is Twitch is not communicating this stuff to these smaller content creators. Okay? The bots get around R9K mode with random characters at the start, and if it's emote mode, they hard spam the tryhard emote. Fine. But you can also block the tryhard emote in general if that is an issue. Okay? So there are some immediate steps that you can take if you are being attacked by a bot. I don't personally know exactly what the demands are of these smaller streamers from Twitch with respect to how to deal with this beyond the hashtag Twitch do better hashtag. Because yes, of course, Twitch should do better, right? Every marginalized identity creator I know has at least one story baseline if they don't stream regularly. The thing is that most terrifying is that the hate is aimed at all of us equally, size, frequency, status, none of us matters. They look out for marginalized identity and go to work. Streamers believe that hate rates have gotten worse in recent times. One possible reason is Twitch's implementation of a plethora of new tags, some focused on specific identities like black, transgender, and disabled. Yeah. Psychos are using literally the identity tags in a way to target marginalized communities and fucking attack them. Is this also happening in YouTube? Yeah, it happens everywhere. It happens everywhere because Nazis are fucking psychos. They just like. Why those tags though? What do you mean? Why those tags? Because people want to fucking people are hateful, horrible monsters, and they enjoy hurting people. Okay, they enjoy being racist. They enjoy being homophobic. They enjoy being transphobic. That's why. I'm surprised people are asking why there would be outrage if these bot creators were completely stopped from doing this. Racists want to be racist no matter what. They're obsessed. Yeah. So it's not entirely why use those tags as a streamer, though? What do you mean? Why not? It's a way for community development. It's like kind of a shitty way, but Twitch made you a billionaire, dude. Allowed you to buy a chateau and also a private jet in which you fuck porn stars and fly to Amsterdam and shit to do hard drugs. Hasan killed my mom. Okay. Get help. There is no way to, unfortunately, eradicate hateful psychos that are always going to do racist shit and find new ways of doing racist shit. It's the unfortunate fucking reality. The only thing you can do in this situation is just like figure out a way to immediately deal with it. Just as I have, just as we all have, just as other content creators have time and time again. I don't know what kind of initiatives Twitch is going to take, because they obviously are, one, more knowledgeable on the matter, and two, have more power over changing certain things. But they should most likely, I hope they will get back to me about what some of the solutions they're working on are, so we can communicate some of those solutions to the people that want to organize and execute a strike. But right now, there are many methods that you can deal with, many methods that you can use to be able to stop bot raids from happening. And unfortunately, there is not a very good way of communicating those methods to a lot of people. I feel like people are just like left on their own. People are just left on their own in the dark and don't know and don't have any way of like stopping this. Are you telling me Twitch banned the PogChamp emote and the word simp but haven't site-wide banned the N-word? I think Twitch has site-wide banned the N-word. I think it's just like impossible to get around the other multiple iterations of it. We need tags, said Raven, but as soon as we get those tags, hate rate started to increase, and there's nothing additional in our toolbox that we can do to combat that because Twitch hasn't given us anything. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry, but that's not true, okay? Like, that's not true. Twitch hasn't communicated anything. That's the problem, okay? So the area in which Twitch needs to do better is not necessarily like what they're not doing, but they should be communicating to every content creator. What? Then why do you think they would know about it? That's what I'm saying. The problem is that Twitch is not communicating how to deal with these issues. They're not doing a good job with that at all. There's also no method if you're like a small streamer, if you're like a up and coming small streamer, you got nothing going on. And Twitch has like sent out these what do you call it? These tweets and shit. But one thing you could do is at the very least like send out a blast email to all of your affiliates and all Twitch streamers in general, and create a system where you can at least like maybe hire more people. I don't know, I'm just like spitballing here, so that you can actually communicate with smaller content creators that need your help. Okay? What do you expect from a company owned by Bezos? He won't even listen to his core or cooperate with his bag shitting employees. No, Twitch so far has been pretty fucking good about listening to whenever there's like any sort of controversy that comes out, Twitch immediately fucking takes action. They don't operate in the same wavelength as Jeff Bezos. If that was the case, I wouldn't be able to fucking shit on Jeff Bezos every goddamn day as freely as I want to, as I do all the goddamn time. Now that might change, circumstances might change, of course, in the end. But my immediate goal is to help these people that are experiencing these issues. And if push comes to shove and Twitch doesn't actually take any sort of action, yes, I will be participating in the strike too. Whatever. It doesn't really take anything off of me at all. It's a single day of fucking not streaming. Okay? I, however, do think that I wish there was better, more communicated demands and you know, better organizing with respect to strikes like this. And it's kind of fucking stupid when that doesn't exist. I don't think it's about you, man. What do you mean you don't think it's about me? Do you want to participate in the strike? I already said I would. I know that for a lot of you, the only thing you personally care about is that, you know, whether I say yes, that I'm going to participate in the strike or not, right? Like, I know that that's what you're here for, so you can clip it and be the first to post it on LSF. But what kind of sucks is that, like, the execution of this and the demands are not very clear, but ultimately, like, the demands revolve around, like, the individual workers not necessarily knowing the tools that you already have to be able to deal with it. What is this? I think this is a really good take on it. I will not be joining hashtag a day off Twitch. It throws every small BIPOC streamer to the flames. The majority aren't on streamer Twitter and are unaware, while also being the most unprepared, defenseless. In moments we should be loudest. Call for silence is a misstep. There's always going to be people that like say this sort of stuff about any sort of fucking strikes, no matter what. Right? There's going to be people like that. There will come a time and day when there's like a reasonable, communicable demand made. And I'm trying to do my best here to understand what the demands are and then also help. Also, not clear / actionable demands said about every protest and strike. That's literally not true. I think that asking for... First of all, you are completely incorrect on this. The foundational principle of every single fucking mass worker organized movement revolves around like exactly what the fucking immediate altercation is. And it's not usually something as quickly solvable as like, we need to be able to fucking have tools that are, you know, in our employ to be able to deal with fucking mass hate raids when it's literally something that you have. Okay, so shut the fuck up. Motherfuckers are out here striking for benefits or striking to make sure that their fucking factory doesn't move to Mexico. Not like, hey, why do we have no way to combat fucking organized hate trades or hate raids when you have literally fucking tools immediately available to organize hate raids or stop organized hate raids? So you're wrong about that. Why do people assume Twitch isn't already trying to do something about it? I'm not a computer scientist. I think they are. They told me they are. I'm waiting on... Oh, that person was making fun of people who say that? Oh, sorry. I'm waiting on Twitch to offer additional feedback on what they are intending to do. Okay, but Twitch didn't implement those tools. It was all third party. Yeah, except they fucking hired one of the people that literally implemented the most successful tool in combating hate raids that I personally use. So they clearly are taking action. So I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, not to pump him up too much because then, you know, he's going to have a big head. Also, he's British. The number one problem here is that, like, Twitch should, you know, communicate that they are working on it. They're working on, like, solutions, and they should also explain what the solutions are. We've seen a lot of conversation about botting, hate raids, and other forms of harassment targeting marketing. You're asking us to do better, and we knew we need to do more to address these issues. That includes an open and ongoing dialogue about creator safety. No one should have the experience of malicious hate attacks based on who they are, what they stand for. This is not the community we want. Hate spam attacks are the result of highly motivated bad actors and not a simple fix. Your reports have helped us take action. We've been continuing updating our site-wide ban word filters to help preventions of variations. We've been building channel-level ban evasion detection account improvements to combat this malicious behavior for months. However, as we work for solutions, bad actors work in parallel to find ways around them, which is why we can't always share details. In the meantime, please keep reporting these egregious attacks. It helps us identify and remove bad actors in their networks and update tools as behavior is evolved. These changes may not be visible, but we are making them daily. Part of the problem here is that, like, people are on fucking Twitter. People are on Twitter and they're like, oh, we should organize a day of action. Or that day of action is to get some attention around this problem, which has worked. It's been successful. People have written about it, and that's a good thing. Okay? That is part of it. You participated in the last Twitch blackout in 2020. Shitters still criticize you for that? Of course they did. People are going to criticize me regardless. Okay? But ultimately, one of the biggest things is that one of the biggest problems is that, like, there are currently tools that you can use immediately, and I think a lot of content creators, especially smaller content creators, are unaware of those tools that they could use. That's one. Twitch doesn't, I guess, effectively communicate how to use those tools. And lastly, I feel like a lot of these issues would be solved if there was a round-the-clock fucking process where, like, there were, at the very least, some people dedicated to working with multiple smaller accounts that go beyond, like, a certain level. You know what I mean? If you have, like, 10 concurrent viewers or something, I don't know what the fucking number one way to do this would be. But if you have, like, multiple concurrent viewers, then you could at least, like, get some sort of help. The organizer of the day of action, I heard you wanted to talk to me. I'm the one behind Twitch Do Better. Wreck-It Raven, following since 6 minutes ago. Yeah, okay, we'll, yeah, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I have to pee first, though. Also, I didn't fucking run a ad break at the top of the hour, so I'm going to do that right now. I don't understand why they couldn't just require two-factor authorization to be able to chat. I don't know. Going offline kind of defeats the purpose. Streamers should leave their streams on holding screen with their demands and message on screen. Dude, the fucking goal ultimately is to get Twitch to do something about it, and they say that they're doing something about it already. So I don't know. They could have made a mode where subscribers of any channel only, just so it's real account, as long as the account has spent money on Twitch or is linked to Amazon. They could do that. They sent nothing to us affiliates. I didn't even know this existed until you mentioned it. Twitch's communication is terrible. I get more message than Streamlabs than Twitch. Oh, 100%. I am totally aware of this. I personally don't know anything either. I only learned from other people who are streamers and other people who are friends of mine. Smaller streamers also struggle with live notifications not working, so it's not only about not knowing how to use bots. It's very hard to grow when you get 40 average views, but only half come because notifications don't go out. Small streamer here. Generally doing something about it when you're fighting active attackers an ongoing process. They need to tell us what they've done and plan to do as well. I have to pee. Hold on. I'm going to run a fucking ad break right now while I go pee. I forgot to run it. I'm a sub 10 Andy, and yeah, Twitch doesn't do jack shit to educate streamers on their tools. Bro, I'm one of the largest fucking creators on this platform, okay? And I didn't know any of this shit. I know. I understand. And I get fucking bot rated a lot more than you guys do. All right? I know. And so much worse than just bot raids. I promise you. Anyway, here. I gotta go pee. Here's the 1 minute ad break. I'll be back in a second. And then I'll have Wreck-It Raven on. Wreck-It Raven, if you want to get on, you can reach out to me via Discord, okay? Okay. Okay, did they reach out? Is this you in my DMs? Right in the chat real quick. Just so I can confirm. The wild part is that it took something like this to happen to get them to take measures that they've been working on for months. Why not years ago? Why not after they were acquired a heavily moderated company like Amazon? This type of stuff has been happening for years on other platforms. It was preventable. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know, because it's like, not only is it a complicated thing, but it's also one that literally fucking changes, like, because the people that are like, okay, got it. All right, here. I'll talk to Wreck-It Raven right now.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Wreck-It Raven? For those of you who don't know, Wreck-It Raven is the person who started the hashtag Twitch Do Better hashtag, right? Wreck-It Raven? Can I call you Raven?
Yes, I did. You can call me Raven. That's fine.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, Wreck-It Raven, you wanna tell everyone in the stream what your like what the movement is about and what you've been planning so far?
Sure.
Okay,
So
perfect.
basic. I'm
I,
sorry.
I'm not gonna be here for a second. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be back in a second. Okay.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You're
Okay.
good.
You just keep. You have the platform. Go off.
I appreciate that. So basically, what Twitch Do Better is a way to say like, hey, us little guys down here, us marginalized people, black people, brown people, Asian people, LGBTQIA2 plus people, like we are experiencing a bunch of hate um that has escalated, and there's not anything put in place for us to actually protect ourselves. A lot of the tools that we get from Twitch are reactive instead of proactive. So, that's why we did Twitch Do Better, because as soon as I had experienced one of the most recent in the wave of hate raids, um I had posted about it on Twitter, and then a whole bunch of other, black and brown people started posting, "Hey, like I've experienced the same thing." Um and honestly, like I'm just tired of it because the platform has been around for years and this has been something that has been happening for years. Um and it shouldn't be. We are in a place where, you know, I know that they are a billion-dollar corporation. They're backed by a multi-billion-dollar corporation. The tools that we need are not outside of the realm of probability. Um, and it just sucks that we kind of get left behind again. So that's why we did Twitch Do Better, and it kind of just took off. And it never was about the money, I will say that. But it sucks having to pay Twitch 50% of what I'm making in order to get essentially beat up on this platform. And I know I'm not the only one who feels that way.
Okay. So the demands that you guys are making are not just about the demands that you guys are making are not just about the hate raids, but also on top of that, one of the things that you guys want is also better pay for affiliates. Is that
That was never my intent, no. So when I had sent out the initial tweet and I said Twitch takes 50% of our income, it was to prove a point that they have the money to put these tools that are probable in place. Like being able to have your mods flag a raid if it's coming from something or somebody who is, you know, meaning to be malicious, or having two-factor authentication, or disabling the fact that you can have a valid email address and create multiple accounts, because unfortunately that's how a lot of these people are getting away with that.
yeah? Um, I don't know what the exact like ways of immediately dealing with this problem are. Um, those some of the things that you mentioned are easy fixes. What would like what else would you want from Twitch though? Because like I feel like there are currently a lot of tools that Twitch could use, or a lot of tools that Twitch already has that people haven't people are unaware of, that smaller streamers are unaware of, for example. And
Mhm.
these are things you might have brought this up, by the way, and I might have missed it, so I'm sorry. But
No,
these
you're
are
okay.
but I feel like education and communication is one of the biggest issues that Twitch currently has.
Absolutely.
um and I think that's certainly something that like Twitch could do better on in the immediate immediate solutions to problems. And I don't know if you
Yes.
know this or not, but I mean I tweeted out like what are some of the things that people can do, like utilizing Fossabot, learning how to use Fossabot to nuke like hateful like hate speech and slurs when those like bot raids do occur. Shutting off raids to people that you follow only is another immediate solution. So when there are like actual raids, for example, not just like bots, but there are actual raids, because from what I understand, what some people do that.
Yes, they
I mean,
do.
I don't see it because I have 32,000 people in here, but like I'm sure people
Yeah.
try to do that here as well. Um, one other thing that you could do is like immediately limit the raids to just people that you follow. I think a solution that Twitch could allow also is to allow or decline raids as well, even if you
Yes,
have your raids
yes.
open. So these are solutions that people could Twitch could immediately implement. Most likely, I don't know. It's a big company. I'm sure that there's a process to it. But are there anything? But like what are the other goals? Like, is there something that Twitch could do before this deadline, before the September 1st, a day off Twitch? If there was something that they said, you know what, we're gonna do this, 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 this. You guys are absolutely correct that you would stop you from doing a strike.
I don't think so. Because unfortunately there has been a severe lack of transparency. I understand, in the tech world, especially when there is, things involving security that you don't want to give the people you're trying to combat, the answers. So I'm not expecting them to tell me exactly what they're doing, but eventually is not an acceptable time frame because
What if they gave you a time frame, not eventually? And I don't know either. When I saw this, I think it was like a night ago or 2 nights ago. When I saw that this was happening, and by the way, no one reached out to me for the record. But I immediately reached out to my account manager. I have one. A lot of top streamers have that. A lot of big streamers
Mhm.
have that. And I'm waiting on Twitch to get back to me as well on what kind of efforts they are taking or what like they are implementing in an effort to combat this, because like the demands are understandable. They are understandable demands. As far as wait, hold on, sorry. The people that are
Yeah, you're
saying
good.
strike, like union busting or strike breaking, the whole fucking point is to communicate what the fucking demands are in a instance where there's a strike and then solve them. It's the opposite of what union busting would look like. Like, because the ultimate goal is not to have a strike for the sake of having a strike, right,
Yeah.
Raven? It's
No,
to
we don't let me clear this up real quick. It's not for clout. We just want to exist on this platform and know that in our existing on this platform, we feel better protected. We know
yeah.
that hate raids they're never going to be eradicated. But a lot of the tools that we have to combat these things are very reactive, right? So why can't we have things like two-factor authentication? Why can't we have things like, being able to set a time frame on new accounts that are allowed to be, able to chat in our streams? It makes no sense.
Yeah. Um. Okay. So there's a little bit there's stuff going on with my family in the background. Sorry. I just like that's why I keep
No,
stepping
you're
away.
okay. You're okay. I
Um.
get it. Trust me.
Yeah. But
But I'm sorry.
there are. I feel like I am not tech proficient enough to give advice or to even fully understand how to deal with this problem at all,
Mhm.
right? But I know that there are I mean, I know that Twitch employs people like that,
Yeah.
okay? And so outside of that, like do you feel like immediate actions that streamers could take, like the shutting off raids, subscriber mode, like having someone communicate those to everyone, do you feel like that would be helpful in general in
Um
the short term? Because it's not a permanent solution at all. It's one that also would limit growth, which I know people care about.
mhm. There are things that are put in place. Like there's a group called Hate Raid Response, and they've created a website with all these tools. So that is something that we're teaching out. Because, unfortunately, this has left Twitch, right? Myself included, like I am actively being doxxed. Many people, are actively being doxxed. It's not just a Twitch thing anymore. But unfortunately, like it's still something that we're trying to figure out, work around, teach out. You know, there's a bot called Smashbot that's been pretty good that have has been helping people. Um, you know, we have been teaching out like, hey, if you don't want to just put sub only mode on, put follower only mode on up to a certain point. Or, you know, make sure that you have the hate raid button because I have a stream deck. So basically it's a multi-action where it clears chat, puts follower only mode on, um, and turns all the alerts off. So these are things that we are actively doing because we have to do them.
Yeah. So people are aware of the things that individuals or individual streamers can do, right? Like you're telling me that people are aware of it. Um, it's not. I mean, I guess like it would be better if Twitch communicated that to everyone immediately, as quickly as possible, as soon as like someone becomes an affiliate,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, it would
that's
be
totally.
nice to have that in like at least a package, especially for marginalized people, because a lot of the people who are, you know, experiencing these hate raids aren't accustomed to it. I unfortunately am. But there's a lot that they don't say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to be a little bit more productive about this, but you know, there are there are it often feels like there's not so much that we can do as streamers, and it does really suck as like smaller streamers who get like hate rated or doxxed, especially, which is like completely unacceptable. Trust me, I know what that's like.
Mhm.
um but but ultimately I want to hear from you directly, like what Twitch can do. If you could if you could explain that a little bit further, like what specifically can Twitch do in order for you not to strike, for all of your demands to be met by the deadline? Like what are the immediate demands, aside from communicating exactly what Twitch needs to do to be able to prevent these bot rates? Because like I think you and I both understand that we have um a problem with hate rates, and that it is
Mhm.
completely unacceptable. But blacklisting certain words is probably not going uh to solve it either. Like they have ways of getting around it, and
Yeah.
that I think you and I both are aware that like while Twitch seemingly is not doing enough to deal with these issues, to deal with these like hate raids, it's kind of outside of their control too. To a certain degree, it's not like, because you know it's like random fucking dipshits on the internet, random
Yeah.
Nazis on the internet that are doing everything they can.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So like obviously Twitch isn't 100% at fault. Where they did fail was not actively seeking ways to prevent these things. Because I mean, if you look at the year or what have you, there have been instances of follow botting earlier on in the year that was taking off. So they ended up fixing like a vulnerability with that. But I think honestly, immediately take away the ability for a verified account to have additional accounts attached to that email, because that's how a lot of people are getting away with creating these bots in access. um that would be one really good way to cut down on the amount of hate that is being thrown at people. um I don't know how difficult it would be, but I don't foresee it being too much of an issue if, you know, there's a raid coming in, if your mod team in their mod view can either accept or deny it. Like, if you know that somebody is problematic, you don't have to let them into your channel. The other thing is, you know, like
People use
make
throwaway emails as well.
yes, they do. They do. And again, like I wish I had all the answers. I only have ideas because honestly, like I don't work for Twitch. I don't work in the tech industry. I used to, but that time has come and gone. But there has to be more. Like, I've been waiting for somebody from Twitch to talk to me, and they have promised, like, they literally had reached out to me to say, "Hey, we're gonna reach out to you," and I've not heard anything since. Um, in this case, in order, even if Twitch just kind of snagged a group of these marginalized creators and sat them down and said, "Hey, we're willing to have an open conversation about how to fix this," I think that would speak volumes. The silence in this is what's deafening.
Yeah. You have seen Twitch has come out with statements, but I guess it's not like you're you don't consider what like some of the statements that Twitch put out, which by the way, I agree. It's just a fucking tweet. I didn't even see this until someone pointed me in that direction. But you don't see that as being enough, obviously, as far as like communicating to all of the content creators that have been victimized by nonstop hate raids that this is that they're working on the problem.
No, it's
Something
a
beyond
that is a PR response, right? And I get it. There are things that you cannot talk about, especially if you're working on tools to fix the security holes in your system, in your platform. But we don't need to hear how bad it is. We are out here. We know how bad it is.
Yeah, no, they're not just saying they understand that it's bad. I agree. They're also saying that there are like they're working on ban evasion detection and account improvements to combat malicious behavior, and they've been doing it for months. But you want to know what specifically they're doing with. I think one thing that they could do is at least like communicate some of the actions that they've taken so far as a show of faith that like they are legitimately working on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and this is the part of the problem I have. Like, it has seemed very shifty and very shady this whole time. Because if you're telling me that you're going to reach out to me and you're going to talk to me, why haven't you? Because it's been weeks now. I would love to be able to sit down with you and talk about things that could potentially improve your platform.
Yeah.
But there's not much I can do because even if I reach out to you, you're not gonna hear me out.
But that's not true. I think Twitch does Twitch does hate negative attention and do respond very quickly. I mean, one of the immediate things that happened as soon as like a couple friends of mine, Jordan Yule and others, called out the military and their predatory recruitment practices that they were engaging on the platform. Articles were written about it. Twitch took action almost like immediately. It happens. They're a lot more reactive than other. They're a lot more reactive than other like YouTube, for example, where their YouTube is just,
Yeah.
like, not even remotely reactive.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah, that's
and
definitely a thing that they care about at least.
yeah, and like I will say this, like you know, I do love the platform. This is where I've created my small community and where I've really been able to have that voice and be able to speak up for people. Um but just because I love the platform doesn't mean I have to love what they're doing, and I think people have been getting that um really twisted because you can still love something and not like where it's going or not like what they're doing. Um, it's a work in progress. And anything that is worth the effort is not easy. It's going to be difficult. Growth inherently is uncomfortable. But I really, 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 really wish that I would actually be able to sit down, with whoever I need to sit down with at Twitch and really start drafting plans. I think
I agree. I
a
think
lot of,
one of the immediate answers is having a liaison or like communication is one of the largest problems on this platform. Communication with the platform itself is one of the biggest issues on this platform. I'm incredibly fortunate, obviously, that I have a wonderful account manager, and I've developed a relationship with Twitch. But I feel like there needs to be more community management, more community
yeah.
managers that can directly talk to affiliates, and the constantly growing community itself, because a lot of the needs that would greatly improve the experience of affiliates and smaller streamers are not met. they're not even heard. And I think that
Yeah.
that is where a big part of the problem comes from. And
Yeah.
I think that that could be a really, really solid show of good faith by Twitch as a starting point, at the very least, to
Hmm.
say that, like, this is something that we care about. This is something that we are going to absolutely engage in.
Yeah.
Um,
Like we just want to feel like we are actually heard.
yeah. Um, okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I
Of
wanted
course.
to
Thanks for
offer
having
you a
me.
platform and have you communicate some of your desires and talk about what's going on. I totally understand these hate raids are absolutely a gigantic problem. It's a huge burden. Twitch streamers have to put up with a lot of bullshit for unfortunate reasons. You know, doxing, swatting, things of that nature happen quite regularly. But you know, you know, I wanted to make sure that you could have your voice be heard here today, and
I really
hopefully
appreciate
Twitch will
that.
get back to us, and I'll be able to, you know, we'll be able to move on with this. But thanks for coming on,
Thank
Wreck
you
It
so much for
Raven.
having me. Have a good night.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, folks, that was Wreck It Raven. I'm going to talk about that a little bit further as well, but I got to